The following scenario was written by Amnesty International. Imagine you were denied an identity or a place to call home. Your rights to study, work, travel, marry, and practice your religion didn't exist because you belong nowhere. You are not given any way to prove who you are or where you're from, which restricts your ability to gain full citizenship status. Wherever you're trying to find refuge, you're locked up in a detention because of who you are. This is the life of a Rohingya person. The Rohingya are a Muslim minority living in the Buddhist nation of Burma. They're different from any other minority in the nation because they diverge ethnically, linguistically, and most importantly, religiously. With a population of 1 million, they are oppressed and are considered outcasts to the citizens of Myanmar. Lacking basic rights, the Rohingya people are not considered citizens or an official minority by the government. Thousands of Muslims in the 1400s migrated from the Arcane Kingdom, and an additional influx occurred in the 19th and 20th century when Bengal and the Rakhine territories were governed by the British Empire. Since Burma was granted independence in 1948, the government has rejected Rohingya claims for citizenship despite their history in the Rakhine state. Ethnic Buddhist domination of the state has solidified the discriminatory treatment, and a 1982 law passed by the military junta formally stripped the Rohingya of access to full citizenship. Only in the 1990s was limited temporary white card status granted, institutionalizing their status as second-class citizens. Major pull factors include discrimination and violence towards this minority, which erupted in 2012 when a Buddhist woman was raped and murdered, and Rohingya men were accused of the crimes. Rohingya villages were burned, and 280 were killed, resulting in 120,000 internally displaced people. The lack of rights that are connected with their inexistent citizenship is another factor that is pushing these people out of the nation they once called home. Because they are not legal citizens of any country, it is difficult, if not impossible, for them to find jobs. This causes the Rohingya to lead a life of poverty. Their attention is being directed to countries such as Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Nepal, and India. These nations offer major benefits and have pull factors, such as a hope for acceptance and religious freedom. These people dream of one day not being prosecuted based on how they look or what they believe. Asylum seekers hoping to be taken in as refugees, the journey towards safety and acceptance has not been an easy one.
The journey of Rohingyas is mostly made by boat, which go through the Strait of Malacca and the Andaman Sea into host countries like Malaysia and Indonesia. As they migrate, they also face dangers. For example, some migrants have expressed that smugglers keep them in camps or jungles until their family members can pay for their rescue. Their journey to other countries are sometimes filled with beatings and suffer of malnutrition while in the smugglers' camps. In addition, some deal with horrible working conditions in host countries and others never make it to their final destination. Let's not forget that because they are citizens of nowhere, everywhere they go is considered illegal travel. In addition to religious persecution, Rohingyas face racial or identity-based persecution. Although Rohingya, in order to get citizenship, they must prove that they have lived in Myanmar for 60 years. They still cannot vote, be doctors, lawyers, or run for public office. And if they leave the country, they can never enter again since their names are taken off lists and they can face prison time if they are caught trying to come back. This is why this migration is not by choice since people are being forced out. The biggest worldwide theme that is driving the migration is religious conflict. Most host countries, including Australia, have no empathy towards Rohingya people. On Sunday, 9 police officers were killed and others were injured in attacks against border guards near the border with Bangladesh. Although there is no evidence, the Rohingya were declared guilty. On Monday, 24 Rohingyas were killed and the number keeps growing as the week progresses. What is more worrying is the fact that Nobel Peace Prize laureate Aung San Suu Kyi is the leader of the nation and that she is not doing enough to reinstate peace in the country. This is why some Rohingya are considering to take actions into their own hands. Rohingya status will only continue to get worse if we don't all do something to stop this situation.